Okay, here you are. Okay. I did it. I haven't been on Zoom for a while. Yay! All right, so thank you everyone for joining us. I am so happy to get to meet some of you. I'm reading some of the chat. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. What I'd like to do today is that I'd like to teach you two piyyutim that are Moroccan piyyutim for Shavuot. One is called Yafa, Vetama, and the other one is called Nirdi, Natan, Reho. But before I do that, Mira asked me to talk a little bit about my own journey rediscovering those piyyutim and what they meant to me, and what my sort of artistic research has been around them. So with your permission, I'm going to start by talking a little bit about that. So as Mira said, I've been involved in developing egalitarian practice for Sephardi and Mizrahi Jews in Brooklyn and in Boston for the last few years. And I was collaborating with Natalicho back in 2019, with whom we were developing services, egal services in Sephardi and Mizrahi Nusach. And Natalie told me we should do a workshop on bakashot. Bakashot are piyyutim that were traditionally sung in Moroccan and Syrian synagogues in the winter Shabbat. And they have the particularity of being linked to, like most of the liturgy in Sephardi and Mizrahi communities, to Arabic music. But what's very specific with bakashot is that because they were sung during the Shabbat, each week there would be obviously a new parasha and also a new set of piyyutim that were linked to the parasha of the week. And each parasha was linked to a specific makam, to a specific Arabic music mode. So if you had sat in a synagogue in Morocco or in Syria back in the 20s every winter Shabbat at 2 in the morning, you would have probably learned all of Arabic music modes over a year. So that's something that, I always reflected on. And as we were developing this bakashot workshop back in 2019, I went to Israel and I asked my teacher with whom I was studying makam and piyyutim to point me towards, books that would maybe compile the music. And he said, well, you should look up this book that's called Shir Yedidut, which is the anthology of Moroccan bakashot. Can you all hear me well? Great.
Yes.
So he said, you should check out this book called Shir Yedidut. And so I went to the Sephardi bookstore in Jerusalem, and I started looking for the book, and, I found it and I opened it. And what was my surprise when I opened it and saw that the preface was written by my great-grandfather, which I had never known. Yes. I can't hear you, but I can see your faces, and that was my reaction at the time. I mean, I knew that my great-grandfather had been a Rosh Yeshiva in Marrakesh, that he was a rabbi, but after my family left Morocco with the whole community, basically in the 50s and 60s, there was a real rupture that occurred, and we lost some of that knowledge and some of that heritage. And so I started, eating up the text that he wrote, and I discovered that he actually was instrumental in bringing rabbis together from all over Morocco to compile this book, which was an anthology of an oral tradition, really, which was passed on from generation to generation orally until they put it in that book. And as I kept reading, I read that the first edition was printed by a guy called Laura Elkeslassy, and that's my grandfather. So my great-grandfather on my grandmother's side was the rabbi compiling the songs, and then his son-in-law had a printing shop, which is still there actually in Marrakesh to this day, and he printed the first edition of Shir Yedidut. That's the book. So I was really moved and really surprised, obviously, and so I called Natalie and I said, oh my God, you can't believe what I've just discovered. I just discovered that my great-grandfather compiled Shir Yedidut. And she said, my ancestor compiled Shir Yedidut. I said, what? Who is your ancestor? And she said, David Kayam. So, I turned the pages and I saw that next to the photo of my great-grandfather, there was a photo of her ancestor, David Kayam. And so that means that they had been working on bakashot together literally 100 years ago. And here we were, 4 generations later, trying to organize a bakashot workshop in Brooklyn for the egalitarian synagogues we were dreaming of, So that was, needless to say, a very moving discovery and a very moving moment. And as I kept digging into the book, so I started, looking at the piyyutim and learning the piyyutim and all that, and I discovered that actually Abraham Abitbol, my great-grandfather, was actually the son of one of the poets who wrote some of the piyyutim, Shlomo Abitbol. So that's my great-great-grandfather now, Shlomo Abitbol, from like the late 19th century. And I discovered that Shlomo Abitbol wrote a piyyut that's a piyyut for Parashat Beshalach that's usually actually sung on Shavuot. It's called Yafa, Vetama. And so that's the piyyut that I'd like to teach to you today, because obviously it means a lot. It means a lot to me. And it's a piyyut that talks about the beauty of the Torah. And since we're preparing for Shavuot, I thought that this would be an appropriate piyyut to learn today. So as I was looking into the piyyut itself and the body of piyyutim that he wrote, I really realized that for decades, centuries, that my whole family was very, very embedded in Jewish liturgy, which obviously changed a lot when we migrated to the West. As I was doing this research, I'm talking about this because Amira asked me to talk about it, but I decided to actually reclaim my true name, Laura Elkeslassy, as my artist name, because when my father moved to France, he changed his name from Elkeslassy, which was my grandfather's name, the guy who printed the first edition. He changed it to Lassie so that he could pass. As I was singing Yafa Vitama for the first time last year in public, I decided to reclaim my full name and my true name as my artist name. So if you're interested to read more about this story, I invite you to go on Ein Press that has just published an article about that. And I'm sure that Mira will share with you a little more. But without further ado, I'd like to start doing some singing and teaching the piyyut to you. Thank you, Mira. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, because we are on Zoom, I'm going to sing the song once just so you get a sense of where it goes. And then I'm going to teach it to you line by line. We're going to do a call and response, but because we're so many people, I'm going to ask you to stay on mute at first and to repeat it on mute for a while. And then once you have the melody, I'm going to ask some of you to step in and to jump in and to actually sing solo. So I really invite you to feel confident to embrace the singing and to jump into the room. Okay? Do you have any questions before we start? All right. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. All right, so I'll sing Yafa Vitama once. And before I do that, I should actually share the lyrics with you, which are right here. Okay, for some reason, I can't see you while I share the lyrics. So let me try to see if I can fix that. Mira, would it be possible for you to share the PDF instead of me? That way I can keep seeing everybody?
Sure, just one moment so that I can pull that up. Okay, let's try it.
There you go.
Is it working? Is this, yes. And this is the first one? Okay, I made a separate document just in case That's just the lyric.
That's it. That's the one. It's perfect. Would you mind zooming in a little just so we can see it well? Okay, there we go. You got it. Okay, great. So as I said, this is a piyyut that praises the beauty of the Torah, and the poetry in Hebrew is really deep. I transliterated it and translated it for you. This is the first verse, the chorus and the first verse. We'll learn the chorus and we'll see how far we can go with the verse. Yafa Vetama Torah temimam הנעימה מיוחל להעמיק בסודך סוד אלוהים חיים יפה ותמה תורה תמימה הנעימה מיוחל להעמיק בסודך סוד אלוהים חיים אור זיו זרח בוער תוך קרבי אור זיו זרח בוער תוך קרבי תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים חוקים ומצוות טובים את כל ליבות מלהיבים, נאהבים וגם נשגבים. וכפטיש יפוצץ, סלעים והרים, חנדדייך, ירבו בכל עת, תורת אמת. מפי חנוכיים מיין סוד אלוהים חיים יפה ותמה תורה תמימה הנעימה מיוחל להעמיק בסודך סוד אלוהים חיים. And that's the piyyut. Okay, so let's start right away. I'd like to start with the chorus, Yafa Vetama. And for now, we won't do many ornamentations. We're just going to do the basic notes so that you get the melody, okay? So I'm going to sing the first few words. And we're going to do a call and response, okay? So when I'm going to point at myself, I'm going to be singing, so just listen. And when I point to you, just repeat it for yourself in your space. Yafa Vetama Yafa Vetama Torah temima Yafa Vetama Torah temima Yafa Vetama Torah temima Yafa Vetama Torah temima. Yes, I'll just do the temima. Torah temima Torah temima. Great, one more time. Yafa Vetama Torah temima Yafa Vetama. Great. Does anybody want to jump in and try to sing it along?
You can use the raise your hand feature, and I'll ask you to unmute if we have anyone who's brave and wants to try.
Erica?
Who used the raise hand function? I see Julie. Okay. I'm going to go in order of who has the first raised hand. I'm going to ask Nicolene to unmute. You now have the power to sing. You're unmuted.
Nicolene, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima.
Great. Erica, you want to go?
Great.
Erica, I asked you to unmute, and I'll mute Nicolene.
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima.
Perfect. Thank you. Janet, you want to go?
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima.
You got it. Yes. Aura.
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And Sabra, you want to go?
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima.
You got it. Amazing. So we got the first line, and then it goes. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Haneima. Haneima. Again. Haneima. Okay, gonna try to do it on mute. Haneima. You go. Haneima. Okay, good. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Haneima. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Haneima. You got it? You can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. More or less. Okay, one more time. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Haneima. Okay. Does anybody want to jump in and do Haneima? You can raise your hand. Yes, Julie and Aviva.
Hanimo.
Great. You want to do the whole sentence?
Yafa Vetama.
I'll pause. I'll interrupt you here. Sorry. Yafa Vetama
Torah Temima. Hanimo.
You got it. Yes. Sabra again.
Now I've forgotten because I heard something else in the meantime. So
Okay, I'll do it once. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Haneima.
Haneima.
Great, you got it. Okay, and Nicolene, you want to do the whole sentence?
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima. Hanaima.
Torah Temima. Haneima.
Hanaima.
Torah Temima.
Hanaima.
You got it. Yes. Okay, great.
Okay.
You got it. Let's keep going. מיוחל להעמיק, מיוחל להעמיק, מיוחל להעמיק. You go. מיוחל להעמיק. יפה ותמה תורה תמימה. הנעימה. מיוחל להעמיק. Just that. How are you feeling about מיוחד להעמיק? More? מיוחד להעמיק, מיוחד להעמיק, מיוחד להעמיק. You go. Okay. Who wants to do מיוחד להעמיק? Erica.
הנעימה מיוחד להעמיק.
You got it. Okay, great. Sabra and Nicolin, I'm going to come back to you. I want to give you all the rest of the line. So, מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, בסודך. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך. Again. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך. Okay, Sabra, you want to do that?
מיוחד להעמיק בסודך.
You got it. And then the last part. סוד אלוהים חיים. סוד אלוהים חיים. סוד אלוהים חיים. Okay, so let's do a call and response. סוד אלוהים חיים. You go. סוד אלוהים חיים. סוד אלוהים חיים. סוד אלוהים חיים. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך. סוד אלוהים חיים. Again. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך. סוד אלוהים חיים. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך. סוד אלוהים חיים. Okay, who feels confident enough to do מיוחד להעמיק? Maybe some folks who haven't stepped forward yet?
I know we missed Aviva before.
Ah, sorry, my bad, Aviva. Okay, go ahead.
You like to, Aviva? Okay, I've asked you to unmute.
מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, סוד אלוהים חיים.
You got it. Yes. Thank you, Aviva. Okay, Sabra, you want to do it once?
Can you do one more time and then I'll follow you?
מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, סוד אלוהים חיים.
מיוחד להעמיק בסודך.
סוד אלוהים חיים.
סוד אלוהים חיים.
You got it.
Thank you for coming down to my octave.
Of course, of course. We can take it a little lower. Ora, you want to try it?
Okay. מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, סוד אלוהים חיים.
Yes, you got it. Nicolene, go ahead.
מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, סוד
סוד אלוהים חיים.
אלוהים חיים.
You got it. Yes. Okay. So let's sing the whole chorus together now, everybody. I mean, we're all gonna stay on mute because unfortunately we can't sing all in the room. But then we'll go around the circle and you'll get a chance to sing it by yourself. Okay. So all together. Yafa Vetama Torah Temima Haneima Miuchal Lehamik Besodech Sod Elohim Chaim Yafa Vetama Torah Temima הנעימה מיוחל להעמיק בסודך סוד אלוהים חיים. Yay! How are you feeling about the chorus? Yay! Okay, so I'm going to want to hear some of your voices. Who wants to jump in and sing the chorus? Let's raise some hands and we'll go around the circle. Yeah, Mikey.
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima Haneima Miuchal Lehamik Besodech Sod Elohim Chaim.
Yay! You got it. Well done, Mikey. Okay, who wants to go? Yes, Erica.
I just have a question because it sounds, I put in the chat, but I don't know.
Oh,
if
you did.
So I was curious, it sounds like the end of every word is being still, I don't know, vocalized. Like, miyuchal lechamik besodech and Elohim Chaim. Is that, because I would say Elohim Chaim, is
Right.
that part of just the singing tradition, like in French when you elide things, or is that just the dialect, or is that just, I'm just curious.
I think in this case it's just the rhythm that requires it. So I wouldn't say that it's like typical in tradition, but it's definitely what's the word? It's definitely something that you would see in the tradition, but not that you have to vocalize the end. But in this case, you would need to stay in rhythm. So you're right. There's like an extra little vowel there.
Okay.
Because otherwise it'd be besodech, which is a little weird. And because these songs are very actually rhythmic, like they're actually written for the buka, and oftentimes the music is offbeat. So that's probably what you're feeling here, but not that it has to be like that, but it's happening on that sentence specifically.
Yafa Vetama Torah Temima Haneima Miuchal Lehamik Besodech Sod Elohim Chaim.
You got it. Yes, and with the vocalizing of the last consonant. Thank you. Okay, who wants to go next?
I saw Julie wanted to, so I asked her to unmute.
All right, Julie, go ahead. Chavod.
יפת ותמה תורת תמימה הנעימה. Start that line. Start me on that line.
מיוחל להעמיק.
מיוחל להעמיק בסודך סוד אלוהים חיים.
You got it. Well done, Julie. Yes. All right. Are you ready for the verse? We'll probably learn half of it because it's a long verse, and I want to get to Nirdi, but I'll give you a sense of what it is. So it goes like this. Orezim zarech bo'er toch kirbi. I'll break it down. Orezim zarech bo. Just that. Orezim zarech bo. Again. Orezim zarech bo. Again. Orezim zarech bo. How are you feeling? Okay, so that's the first part, and then the second part. Oh, you're right. There's an error in the transliteration I can see. Yeah, so it's orziv zahorech. Zahorech. I don't know why this is zahorech. Yeah, that's a mistake. Sorry about that. I'm gonna type it here. Yeah, exactly. Orziv zahorech boech toch kirbi. Exactly. So again, orziv zahorech boech toch kirbi. Orziv zarech boer toch kirbi. Okay, does anybody want to try that? It's a hard one, but I'll help you. Saba?
I lost my nerve. Do it once through and I'll follow you.
Okay. You want me to go to Laura maybe?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Yes, you're almost there. It's just a little thing of phrasing. Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Orziv zahorech boer
boer toch, boer toch.
Boer toch.
Boer toch.
Boer toch.
You got it.
Boer toch.
Kirbi. Yes.
Kirbi.
You got it. You want to do the whole sentence?
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
You got it.
Did I blow it?
No, you did not. You did not blow it. That was right. That was right. Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Sorry, one more time.
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
You got it. Yes, that's
I have
the melody.
COPD, so I run out of air.
Well, you could probably breathe. Orziv zahorech boer toch. No, you can't breathe. Sorry. You gotta take a big breath before the line. Okay, let's do it one more time. Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
Orziv zahorech boer toch
Kirbi. That's right. You got it.
I'll do that 1,000 times and I'll get it.
Okay.
You know?
Does anybody else want to try? Nicolene.
I try, but
I'll
I'm not
help you.
sure. I'm not sure if I succeed.
I'll help you.
Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi.
That's exactly right. You got it. Yes.
Merci.
That's right.
Thank you.
De rien. Anybody else? All right. So we'll keep going. We'll keep. Oh no, Nicolene. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So we'll keep going. I'll give you the half of the verse, which is a little easier now, and then we'll go back to the chorus. Orziv zahorech boer toch kirbi, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים. Same thing. חוקים ומצוות טובים. So just that. תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים. How are you feeling with that? תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים. Does anybody want to try? Aura, I can see the desire to try.
תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים.
You got it. Great. And then the conclusion, את כל ליבות מלהיבים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים. Ora, you want to continue that sentence? את כל ליבות מלהיבים.
את כל ליבות מלהיבים.
You got it. So, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים. Go ahead.
Oh, should I do it? Okay.
Yeah.
תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים.
Great. And we'll finish with this last sentence. נאהבים. Just that. נאהבים.
נאהבים.
Great. וגם נשגבים. וגם נשגבים. וגם נשגבים. Okay. So, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים, נאהבים וגם נשגבים. Alright, do you want to do נאהבים וגם נשגבים? Okay, so I'll sing it a bit more for everybody. נאהבים, just that. נאהבים, נאהבים, וגם נשגבים, וגם נשגבים, וגם נשגבים. Okay, who feels confident to try that? נאהבים וגם נשגבים, נאהבים וגם נשגבים. Who wants to try? I'll help you, don't worry.
Looks like Julie.
Julie and Sabra. Okay, go ahead, Julie.
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
You got it. You want to do תמיד ידרשו? תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים.
תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים. The next one.
חוקים ומצוות טובים.
מצוות וחוקים טובים.
את כל ליבות מלהיבים. את כל ליבות מלהיבים.
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
No, it goes down on את כל ליבות מלהיבים, and then it goes back up. נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
You got it. Yes, thank you so much, Julie. Thanks. Samra, you want to try? From תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים?
Sure, but I need you to hold my hand the whole way.
I will.
Okay, great.
תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים,
תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים,
חוקים ומצוות טובים.
חוקים ומצוות טובים.
Yes. את כל ליבות מלהיבים,
את כל ליבות מלהיבים.
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
עוד פעם?
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
נאהבים וגם נשגבים.
וגם נשגבים.
וגם נשגבים.
You got it. Yes. Well done, Sabra.
תודה.
Okay, anybody else wants to try? This is your last chance for the verse. All right, so I'll sing the verse now, and you're going to sing along with me, because I know you know it. And then we'll all sing together, Yafa, Vetama, and when we get to the chorus, we'll sing it once together, and I'll be singing, I'll be leading the singing, but then we're going to open the mics, and everybody's going to sing. Mira, can we unmute everybody at some point, or no?
I can't do it to everyone all at once, but when the time comes, I will change
Okay,
the positions.
so why don't we do that? Why don't you raise your hand if you want to sing the chorus?
Oh no, don't worry about it. I can change the settings of the room so that people can unmute just whenever they want, when
Okay,
the
great.
time comes.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so when we get to the chorus, the second time I'll ask you to unmute and we can hear a joyous cacophony of the chorus of the Piyyut, okay? Okay, so אורזי וזרח בוער תוך קרבי, אורזי וזרח בוער תוך קרבי, תמיד ידרשו אותך רבים, חוקים ומצוות טובים, את כל ליבות מלהיבים, נאהבים וגם נשגבים. יפה ותמה תורת אמא, הנעימה, מיוחל להעמיק בסודך, סוד אלוהים חיים. Everybody, יפה ותמה תורת אמא. You can unmute if you can. הנעימה, מיוחד להעמיק בסודך, סוד אלוהים חיים. יפה ותמה תורת אמא, הנעימה, מיוחד להעמיק בסודך,
סוד
אלוהים חיים.
סוד אלוהים
אלוהים
חיים. Yay! Well done, well done.
Thank you, תודה.
סוד אלוהים חיים.
Thank you for learning it. Thank you for
Oh my
learning
God, it feels so good. This song feels so good. I want to do this all day. I just want to stay in this Zoom with you
It
guys.
reminds of childhood also, to hear songs like that.
Well, I look forward to the time that we can all be in person in one circle and hear all of each other's vibrations singing Yafa Vitama. All right, in the little time that we have, I want to make you familiar with Nirdi, Natan, Reho, which is like a really famous piyyut for Shavuot, which really retells the whole story of Matan Torah, of receiving the Torah on Sinai. This one is a little easier, so rest assured, and we'll just learn the chorus, but I'll sing it for you once just so you get a sense of what it sounds like. So this one is in a more major key, in Masmum, which is basically a Do major. It was written by Rabbi Abraham ibn Musa in the 18th century, and it goes like this. Nirdi Natan Reho melech masibo Yom asa Adonai nagileni samach bo Natan le'amo Torah temima Yafa levana baraka hama Notenet liftaim da'at umzima Yarda mishehakim mishemeroma Le'am asher ahav bechol levavo Nirdi Natan Reho melech masibo Yom asa Adonai nagileni smach bo. That's the Piyyut. Okay, so as you can see, basically there's really two melodies. There's the chorus on Nirdi, which comes back on Yarda Mishechakim in the verse. And then there's the verse that has this very simple melody. Natan le'amo Torah te'emi'ima. And it repeats itself, okay? But we're just going to look at the chorus, Nirdi Natan Reho. I'm going to break it down and I'm going to remove the ornaments, so it's going to be accessible. Okay, so it goes like this. Let's start. Nirdi, 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 Nirdi. Okay, anybody wants to try just that? Nicoline?
Okay. Nirdi.
You got it. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm going to give you the second version, and Sabra, you're going to sing. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan, Nirdi, Natan, Nirdi, Natan. Okay, you want to try it, Sabra?
Can you take me by the hand one more time?
Yes.
Yes.
Nirdi.
Nirdi.
That works actually. It's a variation, but that works.
Oh, sorry.
Nirdi Natan.
Nirdi Natan. Can we do this in one octave lower? Because I can't
Yes,
follow.
we'll take it down.
Okay. Thank you.
Nirdi Natan.
Nirdi Natan. Whoops. Nirdi.
Nirdi Natan.
Nirdi Natan.
You got it. Yes, great.
I think I missed one in there, right? Like
No, you got it.
Really?
Nirdi Natan.
Nirdi Natan.
That's it. Exactly. You got it.
Nirdi Natan.
Yes, that works. Okay, and then for everybody. Nirdi Natan Reho. Reho. Nirdi Natan Reho. Vivian, you want to try? You have to unmute.
I have to ask Vivian to unmute. I'm looking for her. Did she raise her hand?
No, but I called her.
Aha, okay. I'm actually looking for where she is. One moment, because...
There you go. That's it. We have her.
Yay!
Okay, so Vivian, I'm going to sing it for you and then you can repeat it. So I'll take it down a little. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan.
Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan.
Great. Reho,
Reho.
great. Melech bi,
Nirvi.
imesibo.
Messi.
Great. Okay, so now I'm going to sing it once, just the first line, and you're going to repeat it after me. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan Reho, Melech b'mesibo.
Nirdi, Nirdi,
Natan.
Natan, Reho.
Nirdi, Natan Reho.
Oh, Nirdi. No, can you do it with me again?
Yes. Nirdi, Natan Reho.
Nirdi, Natan, Reho.
You got it. Melech b'mesibo.
Melech Mitzbo.
You got it. Yes, that's the line. Congratulations. Okay, so I'm going to sing the whole line again, and everybody, you're going to sing in your own space. Let's do it. 2, 3. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan Reho, Melech b'mesibo. Again. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan Reho, Melech b'mesibo. And we're going to finish with the second line. Yom asa Adonai, Yom asa Adonai, Yom asa Adonai, Nagileni smahabo. Again. Yom asa Adonai, Nagilni smahabo. Again. Yom asa Adonai, Nagilni smahabo. Okay. Again, Aviva. Yom asa Adonai, Nagilni smahbo. Yom asa Adonai, Nagilni smahbo. Okay, does anybody want to try that? I'll help you and we'll finish with that and then we'll all sing it together. Laura, yes.
Yom asa Adonai, Nagil nismach bo.
Nagilni smahbo.
What I noticed that in order to be successful is that the accent is always the mil'el, not the mu'ah. So it's not, if you follow like, and I'm really surprised because like this is the Sfaradi, and I never noticed that that's the way it is. It's really we really pronounce it really backwards, like asa במקום עשה, נגיל במקום נגיל, and so on.
Yes, actually, my teacher was talking about that yesterday. In many songs, we have to, not be exactly grammatically correct so that it fits the rhythm of the melody.
That reminds me, like the Ashkenazi, it's really always was the Mil'el one, not the Milra. And if you go like to some songs of Chaim Nachman Bialik, Shalom, Rab Shuvach, Tzipora, so those are also like that.
Yeah, we take some poetic permission.
To fit also the music, yeah.
You want to sing the full chorus?
Let me see. Could you do it one time?
Yes. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan, Reho, melech b'mesibo, Yom asa Adonai, nagil nismach bo.
Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan, Reho, melech
Sorry. Where are we? Melech b'mesibo, melech
b'mesibo, Yom asa Adonai, nagil nismach bo.
Nismach bo.
Nismach bo.
You got it, Laura. Wow, well done, well done. That was a tough one because I went pretty fast. Okay, one last person wants to sing it. Shinwoo?
I'll try.
Okay, I'll do it. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan, Reho. This is a bit, I don't really get.
Melech
b'mesibo, Yom asa Adonai, nagil nismach bo.
You got it. Yes, amazing. And finally, there's a one hand raised from a call-in user. I don't know who that is.
I was going to get the courage to do it, but I'm
All
not.
right, Leslie, do it. You don't have to
I've
be a
been
singer.
waiting. I know you asked me, but I'm going to need help. I'm not a singer very
I'm
much.
gonna help
I
you.
like to sing.
I'm here
All
to
right,
help you.
Nirdi, Natan, Reho,
Nirdi.
Natan, Nirdi, Natan.
Let's just do it word by word. Nirdi.
Nirdi,
Nirdi Natan.
Nirdi, Natan.
Reho.
Reho.
Melech. Wait, let me go down. Melech b'mesibo.
Melech b'mesibo.
Yes. Yom asa Adonai.
Yom asa Adonai.
Nagil nismach bo.
Nagil nismach bo.
Yes, Leslie, you did it.
I tried. I mean, I can read the Hebrew. I teach Hebrew to beginners of any faith, and I enjoy doing that. And I can tell you how to pronounce words and everything like that. I'm always looking to do something on Zoom with a person, but to sing in public, I join a congregational singing, but I don't typically stand there alone and do it. So that's my shyness about.
Well, I'm glad that
myself. I love your singing.
Thank you. Well, I'm really glad that you gathered the courage to step in because this is a song that's supposed to be sung by everyone. It's not for singers. So thanks for joining the singing. Okay, so because we're running out of time, actually I'm running a little over, we're gonna just sing the whole thing together. And then we'll stop there. And I hope that I'll get to see you more in some other occasions. Nirdi, Nirdi, Natan, Reho, melech b'mesibo, Yom asa Adonai nagil nismach bo, Ele Natan le'amo Torah temima, Yafa chalevana baraka hama, Notenet liftaim da'at umezima. Chorus. Yareda, Yareda mishechaki mishemeroma, le'am asher ahav bechol levavo. Chorus. Nirdi, you can unmute. Nirdi Natan Reho melech Yom Adonai nagil Nirdi, Nirdi Natan Reho melech Yom Adonai Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the workshop and lending your voice to the room. Thank you so much. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. That was lovely.
Thank you so much.
Really, thank you very, very much. And I hope that we can be your students on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, it would be nice from time to time to